Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, co-partners of Challenges Project. Owing to some important preparation we are carrying out at CalcoPath in order to welcome Mr. Ban Ki-moon at our center, you should have realized that we are not there with you. However, we wanted to be present some way or the other. Thank you, Arnica, and some Japanese technology for providing us with an opportunity to communicate with our friends. We are sure the paper we have written will reach your hand, and we hope it may throw some light on South American peacekeepers' experience in MINUSTAH, a mission that is sometimes criticized by those who may have different mindset from our Latin American perspective. And with this comment, I don't pretend to pass a judgment, but just to express a cultural reality which is undeniable. Haiti, a former French colony, was the first Latin American country to gain its independence. That is why it is historically emblematic for the whole Latin American continent. Nevertheless, this fact does not assure the consolidation of its democracy. The Haitian tragedy is an old one, but its latest chapter began in early 2004. In February of that year, an armed movement emerged from the city of Gonaïves that threatened to sweep the whole country. It was then that the MIF, Multinational Interim Force, composed by the United States with the support of Canada and France, was deployed. Soon later, Jean-Bertrand Aristide was ousted. Many analysts have spoken about the failure of the MIF to stop violence, especially outside of the city center, but that is not the topic that concerns us at the moment. But it's clear that, for some, Haiti seems a hill impossible to climb. On April 3rd, the Security Council adopted Resolution 1542, which created the MINUSTAH. As the majority of peace missions since the 90s, the MINUSTAH respond to the so-called complex peacekeeping operation. The prospects for the mission are to intervene, to produce political, economic, and social results, and to attain this, the use of force has been authorized. Its mandate includes methods in the field of security, political and human rights, how to reform and collaborate with the National Haiti Police to contribute to programs of disarmament, support the government, and hold elections, supervise and report on the human rights situation in the country. The UN military contingent, commanded by Brazil, was deployed in June 2004. Shortly thereafter, Argentina followed Brazil and deployed 600 troops. Chile followed, and Uruguay gradually built up its military presence up to 750. The Mercosur country now contributed more than 40% of the total number of MINUSTAH troops. One major difference between the 1994 military intervention and the current one is the strong influence of the Latin American military personnel. Soon other Latin American countries supply troops like Bolivia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Paraguay, and Peru. In this way, contingents from Latin American countries formed part of the peacekeeping force integrated by military units which work together. This effort towards multinational cooperation returned to the essence of that which was made during the independent stage of the Latin American nation and rescued the regional appreciation of that era. But this was not the first time that our region worked in cooperation in a UN mission. Indeed, after a gradual but sustained development in relation and confidence and cooperation in our region, at present a high level of integration has been achieved in the terms of peace operation and humanitarian aid. This may be attested by the participation of South American military personnel, which was first integrated into the Argentinian contingent in Amphicip in March 2003. This endeavor marked historical milestone in our region, and it paved the way for a better combined performance in future peace operations, which unfortunately turned out to be in our own continent. For some, especially the MINUSTAH, it is a regional answer to a regional crisis. For many analysts, the mandate of the MINUSTAH and its composition are commendable as an operation commanded by countries from the South, constituting a multilateral strength in a time of unilateral action, and stressing the defense of human rights. During the first year the MINUSTA was present in the country, its action against violence were criticized as being passive. However, the MINUSTA has taken a more active role in the fight against criminal gangs and armed groups, and it still receives criticism. We are clearly coping with the question of cultural perception. The UN soldiers are taking extra care in minimizing the number of civilian casualties. The rules of engagement are very clear. They only shot when there is a clear intention of it. Therefore, number of casualties has been very limited. The MINUSTA is a valuable example of the South-South collaboration and of multilateralism in an age in which the hegemony of another power in international intervention is not always very disputed. One of the great assets of the South-South approach is the possibility to work within the culture of the local population and not as an outsider observer with little understanding of their culture. The mission's strong mandate in areas such as human rights, national dialogue, and the development of the country supposes an important step in the ambition of this mission of the UN and the way of understanding a conflict. One thing is for certain, there is no doubt that the violence has decreased in Haiti, though it is obvious that there is still a long way ahead. Juan Gabriel Valdez, former special envoy from the Secretary General of the UN, considered that MINUSTA should remain in Haiti 10 more years. As the report of the Secretary General in the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti, dated the 22nd August, said, there has been significant improvement in the security situation, particularly in the urban areas that has previously been under gang control. The restoration of those areas to state authority represents an important step forward. In the region, the security situation remains relatively calm. However, the situation is still fragile and the gains achieved need to be consolidated in order to prevent backsliding and promote long-term stability. Quotation end. Naturally, the improvements are small if compared to the magnitude of the work to be done. What is relevant to clarify is that MINUSTA has reached good results where other international interventions have failed and has actually improved the security situation in the country, seeking to complete restoration of public order. Punching and leaving strategy, which characterize the action of some armies, are not used by Latin American troops. The troops march forward into the neighborhood, cleaning streets from criminals and establishing safety corridors and strong points. They control and remain in place. The strong points are crucial for new supportive action, which gives the locals the chance to draw closer to an almost normal life. We train our troops to avoid the so-called Goliath syndrome, by which the intervention force believes itself to be the strong party. Understanding the Goliath syndrome greatly facilitates the way of avoiding past mistakes without losing firmness and impartiality. To conclude, I hope you have grasped a new perspective of the work done by the Latin American countries within the MINUSTA. I am really looking forward to debating these issues further on with you. At CalcoPass, we will be expecting the result of the meeting and we renew our commitment with the Challenges project. All the best for every of you, and please have a look through the paper and don't hesitate in sending us your comment. Please, thank you very much and enjoy the big and nice autumn.